Endurance Trader here, checking in with your stock watch list for Monday, November 16th. Starting out looking at SPY, we closed in the middle of last week's range. On the daily here, we have kind of a sloppy looking bull flag potentially. We could also just be looking for a lower high relative to all-time highs at 364.38. Bears failed to break below 350 on a couple of attempts, so I would be slightly leaning towards a bullish bias, but SPY's going to do whatever it wants. I'm not going to anticipate, and I will just be watching and reacting. So let's get into some of our individual tickers, and we'll start with names that we're scouting to the short side. PTON is the first name on our list. And this is one that was on our watch list Friday, and we played with this break below Thursday's low, and we got plenty of follow through on that. So we're looking at a bear flag here, which would confirm below 92.03. I wouldn't necessarily look for that to confirm on Monday, but all we need is a nice break of 99.50, Friday's low, and we have a nice 7% pocket to work with in here to make some nice gains. If we zoom into the hourly, we also look like we have a bear flag on the hourly as well, and we always like to see that, those nested patterns for added confirmation, a bear flag within a bear flag. Next on our list we have BYND, pretty similar look to PTON, gap down into a bear flag pattern. We closed right below the 200-day moving average, and we're going to be looking for a break below 123.25, and we'll have a pocket of 8.5% to work with there before we would even confirm the bear flag at 110. Next on our list we have Wayfair. You guessed it, another bear flag. So this one is closer to confirming than PTON and BYND. We're about 3.5% away from confirming that. So I'd be looking for a break below 233.20, and then I'd be looking for a potential add spot below 225. And from there, not a whole lot of support until really the 200-day moving average. You can say potentially some support here in this July zone of consolidation, but lots of potential here if we do see a move to the downside. Next on our list, we have NIO, one of the names everyone's been watching. This had the biggest daily volume candle of this name's history with 579 million shares. And if we zoom out to the weekly, we have this nice blow-off topping tail indicating a possible bearish reversal here. So we have a few potential entry points for shorts here. One of the first ones I'd look at is a break below Thursday's low, which was close to Friday's close in the 43.95 area. So if we open or for a pre-market in the mid-40s, that's what I'd be scouting. And then from there we have a 7.5% pocket until potential support catches it in the $40 range. If we open closer to the low 40s, I'd be looking for a break at Friday's low of 40.55. And then the next support level here is at 38.25, which is another potential add or entry spot. And from there, there's really not a whole lot of support. You could say the 20 moving average would be the next major support level for this. Either way, this name has been quite volatile, and just because we saw a big red day here doesn't mean it can't rip back up. So again, in this market, you can't assume just because a name is up hundreds of percent, that does not mean it's going to go down. So protect your gains, take your profits off the table, and build yourself a cushion. Next on our list, we have NFLX, NFLX. Now this one I've been stalking for a while, ever since we put in this double top here in mid-October at 575. So that's my broader thesis. I believe we're in an overall bearish pattern until proven otherwise. But just as far as the daily, what we're scouting for Monday is a break below Friday's low of 477.80. This one I'm not necessarily as confident on. That's going to immediately confirm to the downside, unlike PTON and BYND, because we did have a couple longer tails here Thursday and Friday. But nonetheless, if we see a break below 477.80, we have 3% pocket to move. And then once we make our way down to these levels, 463, 458, I'd be more aggressive. And if we see a break below 458.60 to confirm that double top pattern. So there could be multiple plays in here going into next week if we do get some bearish momentum going. Next on our list, we have PDD. Now this is one that I would be looking to play either to the short or to the long side. I'd be leaning towards a long thesis with this one just because of the momentum. Trend is your friend. We had a big green day on Friday. And if we zoom into the hourly, we have a bull flag. So I'll be looking for a move above 155.61 into all-time high blue sky breakout territory. With the short side, depending if we open down in the lower 140s here, I'll be looking to potentially go short with a break below the low of day Friday at 140.64. And we have a nice little gap fill here and really not a whole lot of support below Friday's low of day. So there's a potential short in there for sure if we see any bearish momentum. Next on the list, we have RKT, getting into some of our long stocks that we're scouting. Now this name has been in a downtrend since September, but it looks like we put in a double bottom here at 1750, and since then we've bounced and formed a bull flag on the daily, and we closed above the 50-day moving average. So I'll be looking for a break above 2241 to confirm that bull flag, and then we have a 7% move to pocket to the upside until next resistance there at 23.99. Next on our list, we have NKLA. This is another name that's been in a downtrend really since June, but we do look to be basing out here around 1750. We did get a little double bottom there, and since then we've seen a bit of a move to curling up here, and Friday we closed above the 20-day moving average, which to me is significant because if you look, it's been proving as resistance for the last few weeks. So we have not a lot of resistance if we break 2187 until this gap fill pocket here at 2350. Next on our list, we have MRNA, and this is another one we traded on Friday with a break below Thursday's high of day. Now this one I'd be a bit more patient on because we did get a bit of a double top here at 90.85 with this topping tail back in July. So I will definitely want to see a clean break of that level before playing it to the upside. And then if we do see that, we have about 5% until we're at all-time high resistance. We are pretty extended on the daily, so it's also possible we just see some consolidation and it flagging out here, in which case I'll be looking later next week, early or early the week after to see some confirmation, but we'll see where it goes. Next on our list, we have RCL. We had a big gap up last week, and it basically just pulled back and kind of found a bottom here at 67.67. And then we had a little double top here at 71.12. And I'll just be looking for this to be a bear flag and confirm. Not necessarily confirm, but if we see this little bounce continue, I want to see a break above 71.12, and then we have about 4% until our next daily resistance level. And one thing to consider on this name is if you look on the 12-hour, you do have a double top here going back to June. So something to keep in mind if it does work its way up to that level. I'm skeptical that would happen on Monday, but we could see a gap up into that area. You will want to be careful around that level if we do see it creep up that high. Next on our list, we have LYFT, LYFT. Somewhat similar look to RCL. We have a bull flag on the daily with a double top here by 6 pennies at 37.81. Now, if that breaks, we have a little bit of resistance here at 38.90, and that would be our bull flag confirmation, and then not a lot of resistance until 41.19. So with this one, it's possible we break this level Monday or early next week, and then we have another potential move to the upside here for a potential multiple plays into next week. Last on our list, we have EOG. Now this is another bull flag we're looking at on the daily chart, and we closed just above the 100-day moving average, and we put in a little double top here by 11 pennies at 42.93. So I'll be looking for a break above 43.04 to confirm the bull flag, and then we have a 7.5% pocket until our next major resistance at 46.25. Keep in mind this is a lighter volume name than stocks that I tend to prefer. It's just on the cusp, really. Trading in the $4, $5, $6 million range, or 6 million share range, and not the most expensive stock. So something to keep in mind if you trade with larger position sizes. So that's all I got. This coming week should be interesting. There are plenty of other names that I'm going to be watching as well. But whatever direction the market goes, we should see plenty of opportunity, either to the short or to the long side. So if you have any questions, post them below. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. And have a great week. Trade by your rules and get out there and crush it.